The budget session commenced today, but the assembly elections are on everyone's mind. Amidst the backdrop, PM Modi says he hopes MPs will make the session fruitful by holding discussions that are free and thoughtful and have good intent. The budget session carries immense importance in Indian legislature as it draws blueprint for the entire year. Modi said, frequent elections affect sessions and discussions get disrupted.
ये बात सही है कि बार-बार चुनाव के कारण सत्र भी प्रभावित होते हैं, चर्चाएं भी प्रभावित होती हैं.
This statement comes in a backdrop of a similar direct reference made by Prime Minister a few days back. On January 25th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi called for one nation, one election. The topic came to the fore when the PM was interacting with his party workers. During the interaction, the Prime Minister lauded the Election Commission of India for its initiatives to encourage and increase polling. The Prime Minister pressed for one nation, one voters list and one nation, one election. But an idea that could change the polling landscape cannot be enforced without a consensus. So, the Prime Minister said a spectrum of opinions would be deliberated upon on this proposal. Upon hearing the slogan, one would assume that there would be one elections for state and Lok Sabha combined. But that's not what it means. One nation, one election means holding assembly elections and Lok Sabha elections at the same time, in fact, on the same day. Will that be beneficial in any way? Experts feel that the system would help ruling parties focus on governance. Political parties will be in less of an election mode all the time, and the system will help boost voter turnout. Installing such a system in the country would ensure that multiple elections don't hamper developmental works. The system ensures restructuring of Indian election cycle and synchronizes state and central elections with one nation, one election. The electorate won't have to feel hassled by turning up at the polling booth multiple times. The voters would cast their votes for LS and state assemblies in one day, at the same time or in a phased manner. In India, elections are like festivals. India shells out a lot of resources during elections. So this system will be a major money saver. Let's go back to 1951 and 1952, the period during which the first general elections to Lok Sabha and all state assemblies were held. It was practiced and followed in 3 subsequent general elections, 1957, 1962 and 1967. However, premature dissolution of legislative assemblies threw a spanner in the works of the system. In 1968, 1969 and 1970, the cycle was disrupted. National and state issues are different. It can affect the judgment of voters. One election in 5 years reduces government's accountability towards people. Frequent elections always keep executives on their toes. Voters may vote the dominant party at the center and regional parties could be ignored. One nation, one election is a double-edged sword. It remains to be seen how it is introduced in the country, as there will be considerable opposition to it also from some quarters.